Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm going to do a couple of updates. We've got some Ronnie ONeal, some information about Liam Husted, and the little boy that was found in the Chattahoochee River in Atlanta. They haven't released his name, but we have some information about his case anyway. Here we go.
Police just confirming the connection between a toddler whose body was found in the Chattahoochee River and the woman arrested in connection with his death. CBS 46 anchor Karen Greer at the live breaking news desk with the very latest on this. Karen?
Tracy, we just learned the woman arrested for concealing the toddler's death is in fact the toddler's mother. We just learned that information moments ago, and we understand we broke this story on CBS 46 when our Megan Packer was heading out with Cobb County authorities for a story right there on the river. That's when they discovered the toddler floating in the water. Now, investigators tell us they used DNA evidence to confirm the woman arrested, Breyanla Cooper, is in fact the child's mother. She's charged with concealing the child's death. Warrants allege Cooper put the toddler's body in the Chattahoochee River at the recreation area last month. So far, no one's been charged in the child's death. Karen Greer, CBS 46 News at the Breaking News Desk.
All right, Karen, thank you very much for that.
So they did have to take Breonna Cooper's DNA, and that's how they have identified and matched her with her son. They haven't released anything like a cause of death or any kind of details, and even the little boy's name. So I hope that they give him back his name, because I know he's got a lot of people that love him, some that don't even know him. So I just want to know what his name is, you know. Okay, now we're going to move on to crazy Ronnie ONeal. I'm sure you guys remember Ronnie ONeal. He was the one that decided to represent himself and proceeded to scare everybody in the courtroom and yell at the jury over and over and over again in opening statements and in closing statements and rebuttal statements, and it was a nightmare. I personally covered this case because of him. It was such a strange thing. Like, I'll link the video that I did covering this if you guys want to watch it. But you know, the surviving son of his was adopted by one of the investigators that handled this case, and then Ronnie ONeal was normal, like when he was representing himself. After the opening statements, he calmed down and acted like somebody, which was totally weird, and then kind of redeemed himself until he got to closing statements, and then it was all back out the window. And I was quite irritated with the way the judge treated him. I thought she gave him way too much respect. It reminded me of Ted Bundy, when the judge told Ted Bundy that he would have liked to have seen him practice and in his courtroom, that kind of stuff. She did the same thing. She told him if he had made different decisions, he might have really had a knack for being a lawyer, that he had a good brain. But she redeemed herself this week. He was sentenced. Obviously, he was found guilty. And the jury actually didn't give him the death penalty, which I was really, really surprised as. But he was sentenced to 3 consecutive life sentences plus 60 years, no possibility of parole. But I'm going to play you the video of what the judge said to him.
I am not sorry for something I didn't do, and I am not sorry for the things I did do.
Mr. ONeal,
All right.
Listen, stop.
All right.
Listen to me.
I'm not
You're not going to raise your voice again.
I'm not going to raise my voice again. I'm not.
I will have you removed from this courtroom. I can sentence you without you being present.
Yes, ma'am.
You don't conduct
I
yourself.
understand, Your Honor.
Thank you.
But I will say, I'm sorry for your loss.
19 years I've been at this job. I've seen human beings killed at the hands of others in every way imaginable. You name it, I've seen it. Shootings, stabbings, drownings, suffocatings, blown apart by cars, some DUI manslaughter cases, horrible things. This is the worst case I have ever seen as far as the facts go. When the person from fire department when he testified, and when he said that he retrieved the body of Ronnie ONeal from the home, and all he could do was sob. It took every ounce I had not to start sobbing too, because there is no way any person with any feeling could have witnessed or seen the photos of what occurred that night and not be haunted for the rest of your life. I know I will be. For the rest of my life, I'll be haunted by what I saw as far as the evidence and just the abject cruelty of it all. The abject cruelty. And I was aware, because I reviewed a lot of the discovery ahead of time, as you well know, did a lot of in-camera inspection of a lot of documents. And I was aware there was some evidence, at least, that when you needed to recover from your gunshot wound, that neither your parents nor your Aisha, Ms. Robinson, would let you come recover at their home. I don't know if it's true or not. I'm not going to get into a dispute. I'm just mentioning there was some evidence referencing that in the records. And all I could think about, because I knew that Miss Barron was not with you romantically at the time. And I knew that she just out of the goodness of her heart let you come stay with her. And it is beyond tragic that that critical decision ended in so much horror for her and for her children. It is unspeakably cruel what happened as a result of that one decision. The way that Ms. Barron died was horrific, and that 911 call, which captured truly all of it. You heard, and everyone who's heard that 911 call heard a death scream. If anybody ever wants to know what it sounds like before a human being dies, knowing that their death is imminent, that's exactly what it is. That was a death scream.
We're going to see if it's true.
But what happened to little Ronivia and to little Ronnie, but I'm going to focus on Ronivia because she was special. And you could tell Miss Barron had done everything she could to create a beautiful home for her family. I noticed that the Ronivia's bedroom, before you set it on fire, you could tell she tried so hard to make her feel like a princess. Kenyatta did everything she could. And I noticed too in the kitchen, on the refrigerator, she put up magnets that said faith, love, family, hope. And then you know what else happened to that refrigerator during that night? It got splattered with blood all over it due to what happened. Little Ronivia, she couldn't scream, she couldn't run away, and she witnessed what you did to her mother as far as shooting her mother in the arm with the gunshot. She knew. And the horror that that child suffered. And she already had a life where she was born with challenges regarding her physical and her mental disabilities. But the pain and suffering that she suffered that night at your hands, unspeakable, absolutely unspeakable. And at the moment, that first time you struck her with that hatchet, and little Ronnie testified that all he could see was tears coming out of his sister's face. At that moment, that child knew. She knew she was being betrayed in the cruelest, most tragic and sorrowful way that a child could ever be betrayed. She was being betrayed by her parent, the one person that should be there to protect their children and love them and keep them from harm. And that was the last thing that child felt before she passed on from this earth, was your utter, cruel betrayal to her. And I read somewhere, and I don't know if it's true or not, I have no idea, but I read somewhere that souls pick their lives, and that they know exactly how difficult their lives are going to be before they enter into this world. And I don't know if that's true or not, but if it is, Ronnie ONeal is one of the bravest souls I have ever come across in my 54 years on this planet. One of the bravest ever, ever. Because she suffered so traumatically.
The last case we're going to update today is little Liam Husted. He was the 7-year-old little boy that they found outside of Vegas on a hiking trail. They had to release a sketch, and somebody finally identified him. So they've released, I'll just read you guys this report. This is out of News 3 Las Vegas. Liam Husted's death has been officially ruled a homicide, Clark County Coroner Melanie Rouse said in a statement released Thursday. Hikers found Liam's body in Mountain Springs on May 28th, and Las Vegas Metropolitan Police said it was clear he was the victim of a homicide. Police could not immediately identify Liam, dubbing him John Little Zion Doe, and issuing several pleas of help from the public. A woman in San Jose, California, recognized a rendering of his face and alerted San Jose police that she hadn't seen Liam or his mother recently. DNA collected from Liam's home matched the body, leading to a positive ID. Liam's mother, Samantha Moreno Rodriguez, was identified as a suspect in his death. She was found and arrested in Denver and extradited to Las Vegas to face a murder charge. A prosecutor said during a court appearance last month that Moreno Rodriguez confessed to strangling Liam to death. Her next court appearance is scheduled for August 3rd. So basically, the update is that they've released his cause and manner of death. So that is so sad. I wondered if they would identify him or not. I'm glad they did though. So that's the update on that case, and obviously I'll do another update when she appears in court on August 3rd.